Genesis Tales, from creation to Noah's Ark. God begins to make things. God made the sun to light the day. Moon and stars gave light at night. God made the earth for us to live on. They were not the first creations. First were beings like God, unseen. These beings are known as angels. The first angel was very special. He helped God make everything. He helped create sun, moon, and stars. Earth was covered in one big ocean. God wanted to prepare Earth for people. God created light for the earth. Day and night were established. Land emerged from the ocean. Land was empty with no life. No flowers, trees, or animals existed. No fish were in the oceans either. God had more work to complete. He aimed to make the earth beautiful. Earth was prepared for life to thrive. The Garden of Eden creation story. Look at the earth's beauty. Grass, trees, flowers, and animals. Can you spot the elephant and lions? How did this lovely garden come to be? Let's see how God prepared the earth. First, God made green grass cover the land. Next, He created small plants and trees. These plants made the earth beautiful. They also provided tasty food for us. God then made fish for the waters. Birds were made to soar in the sky. Dogs, cats, and horses filled the land. Big animals and small ones too. What animals live near your home? Be grateful for what God created. Finally, God made a special place. He named it the Garden of Eden. It was perfect in every way. God wanted the earth to be like Eden. But something was missing from the garden. The creation of the first man and woman, Adam and Eve. In the lush Garden of Eden, the first man, Adam, was created by God. Jehovah formed Adam from the dust. He breathed life into Adam's body. Adam came to life, a perfect man. God gave Adam a task to fulfill. He was to name all the animals. Adam watched the animals closely. He named each one with care. But Adam noticed something unusual. Every animal had a mate. But Adam had no companion. Jehovah saw that Adam was alone. So God put Adam into a deep sleep. He took a rib from Adam's side. With it, God formed a woman. Eve, the first woman, was created. Adam awoke to see Eve beside him. They were the first man and woman. Adam and Eve were joyful together. They walked in the beautiful garden. Animals peacefully surrounded them. God gave them the garden to tend. They worked together in harmony. Life in Eden was blissful for them. Eve admired the flowers in the garden. They rested under the shade of trees. The garden provided all they needed. Jehovah wanted them to live forever. They were meant to fill the earth and to make it a paradise. But something would soon change everything. A serpent came to deceive them. The serpent spoke to Eve. Eve took the forbidden fruit. She gave some to Adam to eat. They realized they had disobeyed God. God called out to them in the garden. They hid, filled with shame and fear. God pronounced judgment upon them. They were banished from Eden. Life outside Eden. The struggles of Adam and Eve. Outside the Garden of Eden, life changed for Adam. Adam and Eve faced many troubles. They worked hard for their food. Thorny thistles replaced the once beautiful trees. This happened because of their disobedience. They stopped being friends with God. Adam and Eve began to die. God had warned them about this consequence. On that very day, death began. They should have listened to God's warning. Their children were born after their banishment. The children also faced aging and death. Adam and Eve's disobedience led to a sad fate. They could have lived forever in happiness. The earth would have been a beautiful paradise. No sickness or death would have existed. God promises a future of eternal happiness. The earth will be healthy and beautiful. Everyone will be friends with each other and God. But Eve was no longer God's friend. Childbirth brought Eve great pain. Disobedience caused her much sorrow. Adam and Eve had many sons and daughters. Their first son was named Cain. Their second son was named Abel. Cain and Abel were born outside Eden. Life outside the garden was harsh. Adam and Eve toiled for survival. They missed the paradise they once had. Their disobedience had lasting consequences. Their children inherited their struggles. The world was no longer as it was meant to be. God's promise of restoration remained. A future of joy and health was promised. Adam and Eve's story is a lesson. Disobedience brings hardship and sorrow. Obeying God leads to happiness in life. Eve's pain during childbirth was a direct consequence. Their children lived with the effects of their sin. The legacy of their choices was profound. Cain and Abel grew up outside Eden. The harshness of life shaped their experiences. The promise of a better future still stands. Adam and Eve's story teaches about obedience. A future without pain or death is still promised. Their legacy influences generations. Life outside Eden was full of struggle. Yet, hope remains in God's promises. The story of Adam and Eve endures as a powerful lesson. Through their story, the promise of redemption shines. Cain and Abel lessons from the first siblings. Cain and Abel have grown up. Cain works hard as a farmer. Abel tends to his sheep. Cain gathers his crops. Abel cares for little lambs. His flock grows large and strong. Both prepare gifts for God. Cain brings fruits and grains. Abel selects his best sheep. Cain offers his harvest to God. Abel offers his best sheep. God is pleased with Abel's gift, but he rejects Cain's offering. Cain feels anger and jealousy. God warns Cain to change. Cain ignores God's words. Cain asks Abel to join him. They go to a secluded field. Cain strikes Abel violently. Abel falls lifeless to the ground. Cain stands over his brother's body. God questions Cain about Abel. Cain denies knowing where Abel is. God is angry with Cain. God banishes Cain far away. Cain leaves filled with shame. He settles in a distant land. Cain marries and has children. God remembers Abel, the good man. God promises to protect Cain. He marks Cain so others won't harm him. Enoch, the brave messenger. The earth filled with people. Most turned away from God, but one man was different. His name was Enoch. Enoch served God faithfully. Around him, evil flourished. Yet Enoch stayed brave. Satan's influence was strong. He had deceived Adam and Eve. Now he tempted all mankind. God gave Enoch a warning. Destruction will come to the wicked. The people were enraged. Enoch faced their wrath bravely. Enoch lived only 365 years. Men then lived much longer. Methuselah, his son, lived 969 years. Enoch walked with God. Wickedness filled the earth. Violence spread across the land. Satan devised a new plan. The people fell deeper into sin. The earth became completely corrupt. Their thoughts were evil continually. God was grieved by their actions. Enoch's righteousness was remembered. His warning echoed through time. God's judgment loomed closer. Enoch's legacy was of faith and courage. He walked with God until the end. Giants of the flood, Noah's courageous journey. A towering figure walked towards them. He was as tall as the ceiling. They realized he was a giant. Long ago, giants roamed the earth. Angels descended from heaven to earth. Satan tempted the angels to rebel. They made human bodies for themselves. They desired the beautiful women of earth. They married these earthly women. The women bore unusual, powerful babies. The babies grew into towering giants. The giants became stronger and stronger. The giants terrorized everyone around. They forced others to join their evil ways. But one man, Noah, remained righteous. God spoke to Noah with a plan. God would destroy all the wickedness. He promised to save Noah and his family. Noah began preparing for the disaster. He built a large, sturdy ark. Animals were guided to the ark. The sky darkened and rain began to fall. Floodwaters rose, covering all the earth. The giants and wicked were swept away. The ark floated safely above the waters. The floodwaters slowly began to recede. Noah's family exited the ark in relief. A rainbow appeared, a sign from God. God made a covenant with Noah forever. Noah's descendants spread across the earth. Noah's Ark, the journey of faith and survival. Noah had a wife and 3 sons. Shem, Ham, and Japheth each had a wife. God instructed Noah to build an ark. The ark was massive, like a ship. God said, "Make it 3 floors high." Noah built rooms for his family and animals. God told Noah to make it watertight. A great flood will destroy everything. Noah and his sons obeyed Jehovah's command. The others laughed, not believing Noah's warning. Years passed, but the ark was finally completed. God said, "Bring in 2 of each kind." And 7 pairs of certain animals, God added. Noah also brought all kinds of birds inside. Noah and his family entered the ark together. Then God shut the door behind them. Inside, they waited for the flood to begin. The rain started pouring down heavily. The ark floated as the waters rose higher. The earth was submerged, nothing survived outside. Inside, the animals and family were safe. 40 days and nights, the rain continued. Even the highest mountains were covered in water. The ark drifted on the vast, endless waters. Finally, the rain stopped and the sky cleared. Slowly, the waters began to recede. Noah sent out a dove to find dry land. The dove returned with an olive leaf. God told Noah to leave the ark. Noah built an altar and thanked God. The flood and the ark. Outside the ark, the people went about their life. They still did not believe that the flood would come. All of a sudden, water began to fall. Water became like big rivers. The people were afraid and climbed up to higher ground. Water rose up the sides of the mountains. All the people and animals outside the ark died. Everyone inside the ark was safe. The ark floated right on top of the water. The sun began to shine after the rain stopped. There was just one big ocean everywhere. The giants were gone now. The fathers of the giants became demons. God made a wind blow and the waters began to go down. The ark came to rest on the top of a mountain. The tops of the mountains were visible. Noah let a black bird called a raven out of the ark. The raven came back, unable to find a good place. Noah sent out a dove to find dry land. The dove brought back an olive leaf in its beak. The dove found a dry place to live. God told Noah to leave the ark. They had been inside the ark for more than a year. Noah steps out of the ark into the new world. His family follows him, smiling and relieved. All the animals came out in pairs. Noah built an altar to thank God. God made a promise to Noah and his family. A rainbow appeared in the sky. The earth begins to heal and flourish. A peaceful, vibrant world is revealed. The new world emerges. Noah and his family begin their new life. Noah plants a vineyard to cultivate new crops. Animals start to spread out and explore the new land. New vegetation begins to grow on the land. Noah's family explores and marvels at their new surroundings. Noah and his family harvest the first fruits from their vineyard. Noah constructs a new home for his family. Noah's family gathers around a meal, celebrating their new life. New animals migrate into the area, expanding the ecosystem. Noah's children grow up and begin to take on responsibilities. The next generation begins to appear, continuing Noah's legacy. The community begins to thrive and develop. Festivals and celebrations are held to mark milestones. The land becomes increasingly fruitful and lush. The community lives in peace and harmony with nature. Noah teaches his descendants about their heritage and history. The family reflects on their journey and the lessons learned. The community celebrates the establishment of their new world. People and animals live harmoniously with nature. Future generations continue Noah's legacy and live fulfilling lives. New leaders emerge, guiding the community in their new life. The elders pass down their knowledge and traditions to the younger generations. The community builds more structures and flourishes with trade and social activities. The community develops their spiritual life with practices of prayer and worship. The community gathers to celebrate milestones such as weddings, births, and accomplishments. Families grow and expand, contributing to the community's prosperity and diversity. People develop sustainable practices, ensuring they live in harmony with the environment. Traditions and cultural practices are handed down to ensure continuity. The community reflects on Noah's contributions and legacy, celebrating his life and teachings. Future generations are depicted as hopeful and ready to build upon the legacy left by their ancestors.